Welcome to the iCabbi driver app training video. In this video we will show you how to accept jobs and use the various options and settings provided. Please give your full attention for the duration of the video as we demonstrate how to use this app. When you turn on your device, you will see the iCabbi icon is located on the home screen dashboard. Tapping on the iCabbi icon will launch the app. To log into the driver app, enter your driver number, followed by your PIN number. Where your system administrator has the vehicle ID field displayed, you must also enter your vehicle number. If the details you have entered are incorrect, you will receive a login failed notification and you should review the entered details. When all fields are filled out correctly, tapping on the login button will log you in. When you log in, you must accept the displayed disclaimer and review any notices or messages sent by your system administrator. When successfully logged in, you will be directed to the home screen. When you are not on a job, this is the default screen displayed. As you can see, there are a number of buttons on the home screen and my zone queue position is number 1. This means that the next job to be dispatched to this zone will be sent to the driver first in the queue. I will explain the rest of the buttons displayed on the home screen in a moment, but first let's look at how to log out or put yourself on a break. To log out or go on a break, tapping on the busy button will display these options. Should your system administrator have the short break option enabled, you will see this option displayed in the list. A short break has a time limit and your system administrator sets the allowed number of minutes for a short break. During this time, you will be allowed to keep your queue position. If you take your break longer than the allowed break time, you will lose your queue position in the zone, and you will be placed at the end of the queue. So, to take a short break, tap on the short break button, where you may be asked to select the zone where you are taking your break. It is important to provide this information correctly and will assist your dispatch controller. After you have selected a zone, you will be returned to the home screen, where you can now see you are unavailable for work, indicated by the red button. When finished your break, simply tapping on the red unavailable button will make you available for work once again. To log out, tap on the busy button and then tap log out. This will close the app and return you to the device dashboard. Let's have a look at logging in again. To take a long break, once again tap on the busy button. Should your system administrator have the long break option enabled, you will see this option displayed in the list. A long break has no time limit and you will not keep your zone queue position if selected. To take a long break, tap on the long break button and again, select a zone you will be taking your break in. After you have selected a zone, once again you are returned to the home screen and made unavailable for work. When you have finished your break, tapping on the red unavailable button will make you available for work again. Now, let's take a look at accepting jobs. First, let's look at what types of jobs you will be offered. A blue screen job, with the words, New Job, indicates that this is being offered to the driver who is first in the zone queue. Typically these jobs must be accepted, and a time penalty may apply if missed or declined. When offered one of these jobs, you have a number of seconds to accept before the system offers it to the driver next in the queue. Typically, you have 20 seconds to accept the job offer before it's removed from your screen. If you miss or decline the job, the system will automatically make you unavailable and a time penalty may be applied. The time penalty is configurable by your system administrator, and during this time, you will not be able to accept any work until the time penalty has elapsed. A green screen job means that this job is being offered as a bid. A bid job happens when there are no available drivers in the zone where the pickup is, and the system is attempting to offer it to the closest driver in the neighboring zones. When a bid job is offered, the driver doesn't have to accept and can decline the job without being penalized. On the offered bid, you may see additional information such as the zone name and the distance you need to travel to the pickup. Blue screen jobs and green screen jobs are the main types of jobs that will be offered. You may also be offered a designated job or a follow-on job, which you should accept. However, designated jobs and follow-on jobs do not carry a penalty if they are declined, but let's look at those a little later. To accept a job offer, tapping anywhere on the blue area will accept the job. Remember, you have a time limit to accept the job, and declining the job may incur a penalty. When the job is accepted, the job details will be displayed on screen. If there are any booking notes for your attention, they will be clearly displayed in a notification. Tapping OK will hide this notification and display the job details. This is the active job screen. Let's take a few moments to explain what's on screen. First, let's look at the booking details. Displayed top left is the booking time. To the immediate right of the booking time is the payment type. When the payment type is displayed as in-car payment, this means the passenger will pay for this journey with cash or card. For this job, the passenger will be paying cash. If this was an account job, we would see the word account clearly displayed, as well as the account name. If the customer was paying by credit card, again, the word account would be displayed, and the type of credit card used for payment. More on this later. Just under the booking time, we see the passenger's name, booking phone number, fare type, pickup address, destination, and vehicle type. If you need to contact your passenger, tapping on the phone number will connect you to your passenger. Under fare, we can see that the fare information is currently displaying 0 and will be calculated on the GPS meter, indicated by the word meter in brackets. Now, let's look at the active job screen buttons. The info button is flashing because there are important booking notes for your attention. When you see this button flashing, you should tap on it to review all information. Also displayed under the info button is the job number, should you need this for making a query with your system administrator at a later time. When you have finished reading all booking notes, tapping OK will return you to the active job screen. If you do not know your way to the pickup address, tapping on the option button and then tapping navigation will launch your navigation app. When the navigation app is launched, the address will already be filled in. You simply need to tap on the relative button to start the navigation. To exit the navigation app, tap the back button on the device. This will return you to the driver app. When you arrive to the pickup address, tap the arrived button. This will send a text to the passenger that you are outside waiting. Where your system administrator has the feature active, the passenger may also get a ringback phone call to inform them that you are outside. When the arrived button is tapped, the GPS meter will be displayed. As we can see, the GPS meter is currently displaying the price of 0 and will not begin calculating the journey price until the POB button has been pressed. Just under the price displayed on the meter is the distance traveled, and where your system administrator has the option active, you will also see the option to add waiting time, as well as extras. You cannot begin adding wait time until the free wait time minutes have elapsed. When the free wait time minutes have elapsed, the app will automatically begin adding wait time. For each minute of waiting, the price per minute will be added to the charge field, as well as the total meter fare. When the passenger has been picked up, tap the POB button. This will start the GPS meter. Once again, if you need to use your navigation, tapping on the option button and then tapping navigation will launch your navigation app. This time, when the navigation app is launched, the destination address will be filled in. You simply need to tap on the relative button to start the navigation. To exit the navigation app, tap the back button on the device. This will return you to the driver app. Should you need to add extras on the job, tap on the extras area and manually add the amount, or tap the plus icon. If asked, you should provide a reason why extras are being added. When you reach your destination, to complete the job, press the stop button on the meter, followed by finish. When the job is finished, you will be returned to the home screen and positioned in the zone queue once again, and ready for your next job. Let's look at another job. In this example, we will show you how to no-show a job, as well as retrieve the job back from the system without directly interacting with the dispatch controller. We will also show you how to communicate with your dispatch controller using predefined messages as well as submitting call requests. Again, when the job is offered, tapping anywhere on the blue area will accept the job. At any stage during a booking, if you need to speak with the dispatch controller, tap on the options button, and then tap on the base button, where you will be prompted to either send a message, or submit a call request. Tapping on the request to call button will send the dispatch operator a notification that you need a phone call. When you tap on this button, you will receive a notification to confirm the dispatch controller has been notified. Tapping OK will hide this notification. Return to the active job screen and await a phone call from the dispatch controller. When you receive the phone call, tap the loudspeaker button on the device when the call is answered. So, let's look at simulating a no-show. When you get to the pickup address, tap on the Arrived button to notify the passenger you are outside waiting. If you are having trouble making contact with your passenger, tapping on the booking phone number will connect you with the customer. If all attempts have failed to make contact with your passenger, you can request this job to be a no-show. To do this, tap on the Options button and then the No-Show button. If you submit a no-show request too soon, without waiting a number of minutes, you will receive a notification to wait, and only after the displayed time can you request a no-show. When this time has elapsed, you can again request a no-show. Once requested, you will receive a notification that your dispatch controller will approve the no-show request. Once released from this job, you will be made available for the next job, and where your system administrator has the feature active, you will regain your original zone queue position before the no-show job. Now, let's look at a possible scenario. The job has been no-showed, and you are now leaving the pickup address when the passenger suddenly appears, and you no longer have the job on screen. To retrieve the no-show job, simply tap the base button, followed by the Send Message button. From the list of predefined messages, tap on the Picked Up Last Customer message. The system will now automatically give you back the job that was just approved as a no-show. Even if you were on another job, it will be removed from your screen, and the no-show job given back to you. With the job now back on your screen, you can complete the job as normal. Now, let's look at an account job. Account jobs are not much different to regular cash jobs, only that your system administrator may require you to capture additional data when completing the job, and may or may not have the features active to add waiting time or extras. In this example, we will also look at how to update the destination on the job. When the job has been accepted and the details loaded on screen, observe all details carefully, as there may be account notes attached for this customer. Notice that on this job, the payment type is on account, and the account name is also displayed. When arrived to the pickup address, tap on the Arrived button to notify the customer you are outside. Where your system administrator has the account feature active, you may see distance displayed on the meter instead of price when you tap the POB button. For this particular account, the system administrator has disabled the waiting time feature and the ability to add extras. In this example, the customer has provided a new destination. When this happens, you need to update the job by tapping on the Options button, followed by the Update Job button. When you do this, you will be asked to select a destination zone. Upon selecting a destination zone, you will be returned to the job screen, where you will see the destination is now updated to the selected zone. When completing the account job, you may be required to capture additional data, such as the passenger's signature. When this happens, the screen will rotate and display in landscape mode. Now the passenger simply needs to sign their name with their finger on the screen. When the signature is captured, tap on the Finish button, where you will be asked to confirm the booking is complete. Let's see that again. In this example, the system administrator has enabled additional fields to capture further data at the end of the job. The ability to add waiting time, as well as extras, is also enabled on this account. When the Arrived button is pressed, we can see that we can add waiting time, as well as extras on this account. With the passenger now on board, tapping the POB button will start the meter. Again, this job will display mileage, and the word distance is displayed above the meter, to indicate this to the driver. As in the previous example, the passenger has provided a new destination, so you must update the job by tapping on the Options button, then tapping Update Job, and then selecting the new destination zone. When you are returned to the active job screen, you can see the destination is now updated with the selected zone. Let's simulate some mileage captured on the meter. Again, to complete the job, tap on the Stop button, and then the Finish button. This time, when you tap Finish, you will see the system administrator has provided the driver with additional fields for capturing data. In this example, if the driver added a toll charge, the driver fills out this field with the amount charged. Also provided is a field to capture the number of passengers. When these have been filled out, tap the Submit button, and again the passenger can sign for the booking using their finger. Where your system administrator has the feature active, you may be offered follow-on jobs when within the predetermined distance of the destination zone. When the Soon to Clear button is tapped, the system may automatically offer you a follow-on job if there are no other drivers available to take the job. In this example, we will show you how to accept follow-on jobs, as well as put yourself on a break when the job completes. On this job, when the POB button is pressed, the driver is within the Soon to Clear distance of the destination zone. When driving, and when you become within range of the Soon to Clear distance, the app will give an alert, and you will see the Soon to Clear button appear at the bottom of the screen. When you tap on this button, the system could automatically offer you a follow-on job, if there are no other available drivers in the destination zone. When a follow-on job is offered, once again tapping anywhere on the blue area accepts the job. With the job accepted, the job is then queued until the current job is completed, and you will receive a notification to confirm. With the previous job completed, the queued job details are loaded on screen. In this example, when the driver completes the job, the driver wants to go on a break. While on the job, simply tap the Options button, and where your system administrator has the Brakes feature active, tap on the relative brake button. Now, when the driver completes the job, the driver is made unavailable and will be on a short break. In this example, we will demonstrate job distance restrictions, as well as completing a fixed fare job. Where your system administrator has the feature active, there may be distance restrictions in place, which means that you will not be able to mark the job arrived, POB, or complete, unless within the required distance of the pickup or drop-off address. These restrictions apply to every job type, and it's important to know how to notify the dispatch controller if you need these restrictions lifted from the job. If the job is a fixed fare job, the driver will be notified when the job details load on screen. A notification will be displayed to the driver with the fixed fare, and tapping OK will hide this message. When the driver taps the Arrived button, the meter will clearly display the fixed fare amount, and will display fixed just above the fare. Now, let's look at how distance restrictions work. From time to time, you may need to request from your dispatch controller to lift the distance restrictions from your job. For example, if you have arrived at the destination address, but you cannot complete the job, tap on the Options button, then the Base button, Send Message, and then tap on the relative message for the distance restriction you need lifted. Tapping on one of these messages will notify your dispatch controller, who will lift the restriction once confirmed you are at the required location. Note that you also have predefined messages for all distance restriction types. Once the dispatch controller has lifted the distance restriction, you can continue on with your job. Now, let's take a look at off-street jobs. Where your system administrator has the feature active, the driver can activate a Hired button, which will create and display a new job from the point where the driver has picked up off the street. When a passenger is picked up off the street, you must declare yourself as being hired for the journey. To declare yourself hired, tap on the Busy button, and then tap on the Hired button. This will display a new job on screen, and can be completed as any other normal job. Where your system administrator has the features active, you will be able to activate waiting time, as well as extras. Occasionally, you may receive a multi-part booking that contains multiple pickups or multiple drop-offs. For jobs with multiple pickups, it's extremely important to tap the Arrived button and the POB button for each part of the booking. When the driver receives a multi-part booking, the driver will be clearly notified when the booking details load on screen. The notification displayed will alert the driver that this is a multi-part booking. In this example, we can also see that this job will be a fixed fare. To view all parts of the booking, tap on the Info button, which will display all pickups or drop-offs. For this multi-part booking, we can see there will be 3 additional pickups and the final destination. For each pickup, we can see the passenger's name, booking phone number, and custom note for the driver. Just under the final destination address, we can see the booking note for this part of the booking, as well as the notification that this booking is a fixed fare. Tapping on the Arrived button displays the GPS meter and the fixed fare. When the first passenger is picked up, you must press POB. Now, notice that the button doesn't display Stop the Meter like every other normal job. Instead, the button is another Arrived button, and when you get to the next pickup address, you will tap on the Arrived button again to notify the next passenger you are outside waiting. Now, with the first part of the booking marked as POB, the next part of the booking is loaded on screen, and we can use the navigation to navigate to the next pickup location. We can clearly see the next passenger's name and pickup address displayed on screen. Again, when you have arrived to the next pickup, tapping Arrived will notify your passenger you are outside waiting. When picked up, mark the booking as POB and navigate to the next pickup. Once again, the button changes back to the Arrived button, and the remaining passengers' details are displayed on screen. Now, when the final passenger has been picked up, we can see the Stop Meter button is displayed, and the destination address is displayed underneath. Once again, the navigation can be used to navigate to the destination. Now, let's look at the remaining features on the home screen of the app. Top left of the screen is the bids button. When the bids button is flashing, this will indicate that there are new jobs available for bid. Tapping on the bids button will display all jobs currently bidding in the system. Where your system administrator has the feature active, bid jobs will be grouped and listed by zone. Tapping on any one of the listed zones will offer the longest waiting job in that zone. When a driver bids on a job, the system will begin a countdown timer and will wait for other drivers to bid before awarding the job to the closest driver. The countdown time window is configured by your system administrator and by default is set at 15 seconds. When the bidding window is closed, the system will award the job to the closest driver. As highlighted earlier, declining a bid job will not incur a penalty. Tapping on the home button will return you to the home screen. To the right of the availability button is the zones button. Tapping on the zones button will display all zones where there is driver activity. If a zone is not listed, this means there is currently no drivers or job activity in that zone. Where there are zones listed, you will see the number of drivers in the zone, as well as any jobs bidding, upcoming or currently active. Tapping on one of these zones will provide an overview of the zone's activity. Where your system administrator has the features active, zone activity will be displayed under the zone queue and zone details tabs, as displayed at the top of the screen. The zone queue tab displays all drivers currently in the zone and will display drivers' queue positions, as well as the driver's status and vehicle type. Tapping on the zone details button will display the total number of drivers, free drivers, engaged drivers, as well as the number of different vehicle types in the zone, and any jobs that are upcoming, free jobs, and jobs currently active in this zone. Tapping on the home button will return you to the home screen. As demonstrated earlier, all communications to the dispatch controller is made under the base button. Tapping on the base button provides two options for communicating with the dispatch controller. The request to call button will notify your dispatch controller that you need a phone call to raise a query. The send message button provides the driver with the ability to send the dispatch controller text-based messages, and as we seen earlier, some of these messages make an automatic action in the system. For example, when the request to call button is tapped, this adds your driver number to a call queue on the dispatch controller's screen. If you do not need to speak with the dispatch controller anymore, then tapping on the send message button, followed by tapping on the cancel request to call message, will automatically remove your driver number from the dispatch controller's list of drivers to call. If the driver wants to send a custom text message, then tapping on the Send Custom Text button will display a field where the driver can type the message. When finished typing the message, tap the back button, located at the bottom of the device, to hide the keyboard, followed by the OK button. When you have finished typing your message, you will be returned to the home screen. To the right of the base button is the Bookings button. Tapping on the Bookings button will display all upcoming bookings in the next number of minutes, where the number of minutes is configured by your system administrator. By default, this typically displays upcoming jobs in the next hour. Where there are upcoming bookings, these will be grouped and listed by zone. The Next Day tab will display all bookings from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. the following morning. Finally, to view any jobs designated to you and the history of all jobs to date, tapping on the Jobs button will display these features. In this example, a booking has been pre-designated to this driver, and the details of the booking are displayed in full when tapping on the job. To see a list of all historical jobs, tap on the Previous Bookings button, where all historical jobs will be displayed. Tapping on any one of these jobs will show the full details of the job, including what you were paid, or yet to be paid, if these jobs are account jobs. Tapping on the back button will return to the list of jobs, and tapping on the home button will return you to the home screen. To the right of the Bookings button is the Messages button, where any messages for your attention will be displayed. If there are messages yet to be viewed, you will see the number of unread messages displayed in brackets. At the bottom left-hand side of the home screen is the Panic button. To activate the panic alarm, tap 3 or more times quickly. When the panic alarm is activated, This will send an alert to the dispatch controller that you have activated the panic alarm. To cancel the panic alarm, tap the cancel button, and then enter your PIN number, followed by the OK button. To the right of the panic button is the menu button. When viewing the menu options, you will see that some of these options already exist on the home screen. To the top right of this screen is the settings button. To adjust the brightness on your device, slide the bar up or down. If you wish to change the theme of the app, you can choose the daytime theme or the nighttime theme. Currently this video is displaying the nighttime theme. Also provided is the ability to adjust the size of the text used throughout the app. Tapping on the plus or minus icon will increase or decrease the text size. Finally, should you have any issues with the GPS on your device, tapping on the Clear GPS button will temporarily assist you with any GPS issues. If your device has GPS issues, you should consult your system administrator at once. Just below, and to the left of the settings button, is the map button. Where your system administrator has the map feature active, tapping on this button will display your current position on the map. This feature will not provide voice navigation and will only display the pickup, destination, and real-time tracking when on a job. If your system administrator has provided you with a navigation app, and if you need to navigate to a location when not on a job, tapping on the home button located at the bottom of the device will display your dashboard. Here, the preferred navigation app will be displayed. Tapping on the icon will launch the app. When the app launches, simply type the address and navigate. To exit the navigation app, tap on the home button located at the bottom of the device. When you are returned to the device dashboard, tapping the iCabbi icon again will return you to the app. The final menu item provides a user guide to using this app. Tapping on the menu button and then tapping on the manual button will display this guide. Occasionally, you may be required to update the driver app. If your system administrator requires you to accept an update on the driver app, you must accept, or you will not be able to work. When there is an update available, you will be prompted to accept the updated version the next time you log in. When there is an updated app available, you may receive a message from your system administrator. When you receive this message as displayed here, you should log out and log back in, where you will be prompted to install the updated version. When you log back into the driver app, you will see the update screen to accept the updated version. Tapping on Install will accept and install the new version. When the install completes, you will be redirected back to the login screen, where you will log in as normal. Thank you for watching this demonstration. For further information on the features demonstrated in this video, please consult your system administrator.